Today we're going to talk about cola flavor because arguably it's probably the most popular flavor of cola with Coca-Cola and Pepsi and a lot of other players in that category. But a lot of people really don't understand what cola is, and I will be doing a video on how to make your own cola formulations. But inevitably there's going to be a lot of questions, so I figured I'd answer them in this video first, and then we'd get into actually doing the formulation work. And it will help you understand if you intend to actually make a cola formula. So let me answer the first question. What is cola? And cola is a citrus-based beverage. And I know that floors a lot of people, but 70 to 80% of the flavor of a cola is made up of lemon oil, orange oil, lime oil, and neroli, which neroli is a orange flower distillate. Sometimes you can use petite grain, and it still comes from citrus trees. But those make up 70 to 80% of the flavor. And there is this research paper, they did some GC mass spec work on cola flavor, specifically Coca-Cola. And the primary ingredient is limonene, and you can see this is a spider plot from the research paper. You'll see at the top that the most dominant flavor is this lemon lime. And then there are modifiers, so things that kind of enhance the flavor or change the flavor. And those ones are cinnamon, nutmeg, coriander, and vanilla. And those tend to be the most common ones that people know of. I've seen clove, patchouli, a few other ingredients. There's probably a dozen recipes in old books, patents, research papers that you can kind of look at. I'll probably throw all that stuff up on Patreon. I did that a couple years ago. It's still there, but I'll update it to include a lot more of the information I've gathered over the years. But these four modifiers really make what the citrus base, and the modifiers create that cola flavor. You can, if you're going to make a cola, you can modify this any way you want. And it's interesting because a lot of people say, I don't know if I can make a better cola flavor than Coca-Cola. It dominates the market. But here's the reality. Coca-Cola in the 1980s came out with New Coke and admitted that it tasted better than Coca-Cola. But a small group of people refused to change, so they brought Coca-Cola Classic back. But here is a fact. I suspect Coca-Cola has trickle changed their formula. So what you drink today in this Coke can is probably closer to New Coke than Classic Coke. Because corporations, their goals are, profit. One way to make profit is to reduce the costs of the ingredients. So Coca-Cola has inevitably changed the formula, and the obvious one is that there's no more cocaine in it. And there was definitely cocaine in Coca-Cola. I've written lots of articles in my book, Fix the Pumps. I've written about it. But there are lots of articles in old newspapers from the 1890s and early 1900s that specifically talk about people being addicted to Coca-Cola because of the cocaine content. I'll link some of that stuff over on my Patreon page as well. Most of it goes to my website, Art of Drink. Now beyond, they still use a coca extract in this, but I've done a video on cocaine aroma, one of my earlier videos. And if you were to make a Coca-Cola or a cola clone and wanted to add some of that cocaine aroma, you can with methyl benzoate and methyl cinnamate. And methyl cinnamate is a great compound to work with. Methyl benzoate has kind of this medicinal thing, but it does have a cocaine type aroma. It's what they use to train dogs at airports to detect cocaine. Anyway, you go check out that video, but you can add that into this formula. Another example of where they would have changed the formula is vanilla extract. Now, vanilla beans are super expensive. I've done a video on how to make your own artificial vanilla extract. I doubt Coca-Cola is sourcing vanilla beans just based on the volume that they have in sales. They're probably using vanillin and ethyl vanillin or some other, their own proprietary vanilla extract type flavor. And you can do that too. Or you can actually use vanilla extract if you wish when you formulate this. But that's another modification that would make things more profitable. Cola nut, they don't use cola nut anymore. They just use caffeine. Now cola nut, it does have some flavor, but a lot of the compounds in it are fairly large and don't dissolve very well in water. So whereas caffeine does. And caffeine just adds a bitterness to cola. And that would replace, obviously, cocaine's got a bitter flavor to it, so the caffeine would help with that. And, it's not really an energy drink, but it does have, it's more for flavor use. I believe it's 35 milligrams per can or 100 milligrams per liter. So you can leave it out if you don't like caffeine, or you can add it. It's up to you. Now, another one is neroli. This is a distillate of orange flowers, and it is quite dear in price. I think this little bottle cost me $70 to $80, and it goes a long way. But most of the cola formulas that I've collected over the years, most of them have removed a lot of the neroli. You will see some that still use nerol, which is a chemical compound in neroli. So I suspect, Coca-Cola, trying to make things more profitable, would probably not use neroli. They may. But I find when you make this cola flavor, the 7X, it is really floral because of this. And most of the recipes I've seen as we get into the 80s, which is I think the last recipe I found from a book in the 1980s, most of the neroli is out. But you can keep it in if you want, or you can remove it. This is the cool thing about formulating your own stuff. Now, often people think Coca-Cola has some kind of secret recipe. Well, they have their own proprietary recipe, but even Pemberton, the credited inventor of Coca-Cola, and I've done a video that he isn't, and it's linked up here. It's probably Oscar Ohlberg. But the reality is that pharmacists have been using this cola-type flavor for a long time, and it was actually called aromatic elixir. And it started off as a combination of sweet orange oil and cinnamon, and then pharmacists slowly added to it. And again, you can check this video and I talk more about it. But this flavor would have been known to pharmacists. So when Pemberton made the first Coca-Cola, pharmacists would have been, yeah, this is just aromatic elixir with cocaine and caffeine in it. The one thing Pemberton did was he turned it into a soda as opposed to being alcoholic based. So aromatic elixir was kind of like an alcoholic flavoring that they would add to medicine to cover up the bad taste. And you didn't want to add water to a lot of medicines because a lot of medicines do not dissolve in water. So having an alcohol based made it easier, and alcohol tended to have medicinal effects as well. So him turning it into an actual soda that people could just drink at the soda fountain was kind of the important transition of this flavor. Take it as you will, but I don't believe Pemberton actually created this flavor. Other than that, Coca-Cola dominates the market because cocaine was in it, and it was in it for a long time, up to about 1905. Coca-Cola did have great marketing. They always have. And the other thing they did really well was sue people. So they're a very litigious company. In the early 1900s, anybody who put cola or coca in their name got sued. And there are at least 20 different cola companies in the early 1900s. Coke just continuously sued them into oblivion. So a lot of these companies just don't exist anymore. Pepsi does though, but Pepsi Cola seemed to have succeeded. Cola was not a secret flavor. There's even a book from 1910 called Bottler's Formulary that has an early Coca-Cola recipe. It's where that 7X comes from, that 7X formula that you often hear about. Most of the videos I've seen talking about the 7X say it comes from things in the 1970s, but it really comes from the dispenser, or not the dispensers, the Bottler's Formulary. There's a lot of different formularies at that time. And they have multiple cola recipes in that, but that's what this cola flavor for Coca-Cola number 66 is for. And I mixed this up a week ago because you do need to age these flavors. And it doesn't really smell like, it smells a little bit like Coke, but the neroli is really strong in it. And so it gives it a really floral aroma. So that's why I don't think we really know. This may have been the cola recipe or the Coca-Cola recipe in the early 1900s. As I said, corporations change things for shelf stability, price, consistency, and profitability. So all of this, you really can't, they can trickle change things over the years. So they can change out one ingredient a year, and it's going to make a minuscule change that you're not going to pick up on. Humans are good at tasting things, but we're not that good. So, over a 5-year period, they could change the whole formula to use different ingredients and you wouldn't know. So that's what I have on cola. That's what you need to understand before you make your own cola flavors, but it is 100% doable that you can make your own cola flavor, and you do a lot of neat things with it. So for example, you can actually use these flavors, this one. So you could take this flavor and drop it into something like an old fashioned and make an cola old fashioned cocktail. So I just use a few drops of this. It's quite dilute. And you can give that cola flavor without turning everything into a highball. Because obviously if you add Coca-Cola to an old fashioned, you're just getting a whiskey highball. And that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about using flavors to have the same intensity of an old fashioned, that bracer type characteristic, and the burn from the alcohol, and then you get the flavor. But you can also take this flavor and turn it into a soda. You can add more caffeine, remove caffeine, do whatever you want with it. There's so much you can do with this, but understanding the basics of cola is important so that when you start formulating it, you understand what it is, because there is a tendency to want to remove the citrus oils because they can be problematic. They have a lot of limonene in it. Again, this research paper that did the GC mass spec work on it, the primary ingredient in Coca-Cola, flavor ingredient, is limonene. And that comes from the orange, the lime, the lemon, even the coriander has some in it, and a couple other ingredients. So it's one of those things that it's hard to work with, but I can show you a bunch of different techniques to solve that problem, caramel, emulsifiers. And I will be moving into making Crystal Pepsi, because there is a formula out there for Crystal Pepsi. It's not too hard to make. And once we get the first cola recipe done, we'll do the Crystal Pepsi, and then we'll start working on a bunch of different things, because there's so much you can do with it, and you can make things so interesting. So I guess that's enough to get started. In the next video, we will be doing the whole Coca-Cola formula thing. Thanks for watching. Check out the Patreon, and I'll see you in the next video.